निरखी कोटि कोटि सतकाम। जय श्री राम।
जय श्री राम। शरद भयंक बदन छवि सीवा, चारु कपोल चिबुक दर ग्रीवा, अदर अरुण रद सुंदर नासा, बिदुकर निकर बिनिंदक हासा, तब नभ अंबुज अंबक छवि की, चितवनी ललित भावंती जी की, भ्रुकुटि वनोज चाप छबिहारी, तिलक ललाट पटल टुटिकारी, कुंडल मकर मुकुट सिरभ्राजा, कुटिल केस जनु मधुप समाजा, उर श्रीवत्स रुचिर बनमाला, पदिकहार भूषण मणिजाला, केहरि कंडर चारु जनेऊ, बाहु विभीषण सुंदर तेहु, करिकर सरिस सुभग भुजदंडा, कति निशंग कर सरको डंडा। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, तदित बिदिंद कपीत पत, उदर रेख बरतीनी, नाभि मनोहर लेति जनु, जमुना भवर छवि चीनी, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। शंकर हरिओम।
पदरा पदराजीव बरनी नहीं जाही, मुनि मन मधुप बसहि जन माही। भाम भाग्य शोभति अनुकूला, अदित अदितति चार बिनिधि जग मूला। जासु अंश जप जही गुण खानी, अगणित लक्ष उमा ब्रह्मणी। ब्रीहुटी बिलास जासु जग होई, राम भाम दिसि सीता सोई। छापि सुमुद्रा हरि रूप बिलोकी, एक टाक रहे नयन पट रोकी। चित वही सादर रूप अनुपा, तृप्ति नामा नहीं मनु सतरूपा। हर्ष विबास तन दशा बुलानी, पर दंड इव गेहि पद पानी। सिर पर से प्रभु निज कर खंजा, तुरत उठाए करुणा पुंजा। बोले कृपा निधान पुनि, अति प्रसन्न मोहि जानी। मगहु बार जोहि भावा, मन महदानी हनुमानी। जय श्री राम।
जय श्री राम। सुनि प्रभु बचन जोरि जुग पानी, तरि धीरज बोले मृद बानी। नाथ देखी पद कमल तुम्हारे, अब पूरे सब काम हमारे। एक लालचा बरि उर माही, सुगम अगम कही जात सुनाही। तुम ही देत अति सुगम गोसाई, आगम लाग मोहि निज कृपनाई। जथा दरिद्र विबुध तरुपाई, बहु संपत्ति मांगत सकुचाई। तासु प्रभाउ जान नहीं सोई, तथा हृदय मम संशय होई। सो तुम जाने हो अंतर जामी, पुरबहु मोर मनोरथ स्वामी। सकुच बिहाई मांगो निप मोही, मोरे नहीं आदे कछुतोहि श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम दानि शिरोमणि कृपा निधि नाथ कहो सती भाय हो चाहो तुम समान सुत प्रभु सन कवन दुराओ जय श्री राम।
जय श्री राम। देखी प्रीति सुनी बचन अमोले, एवमस्तु करुणा तिहि बोले। आपु सरीश खोजौ न कहन जोय जाहि, निरपतावतन हो बमहिन आई। छात्र रूप ही बिलोकी कर जोरे, देवी माया गो मागु बरु जो रुचि तोरिन। जो बरुनाथ छत्रु निर्मागा, सोहि कृपाल मोहि अति प्रिया लागा। प्रभु पारन तु सुति होति हितताई, जदपि भगत हित तुम्हारी सोई। तुम ब्रह्मादि जनक जाग स्वामी, ब्रह्म सखल उर अंतर जामी। आस सुमाता मान संसाय होई, कहा जो प्रभु प्रबल पुनि सोई। जे जीनिच भगत नाथ तब आई, जो सुख पावहिन जो गति लाही। श्री राम जय जय राम। सोहि सुख गति सोहि भगति, सोहि नीच चरण सनाऊ। सोहि विवेक सोरानि प्रभु, हमाहि कृपा करि देऊ। जय श्री राम।
जय श्री राम। सुनि मृदु घूर रुचिर बर रचना, कृपा सिंधु बोले मृदु वचन। जो कछु रुचि तुम्हारे मन माहि, महि सो दीन सब संशय नाहि। मातु विवेक अलौकिक तोरे, कबहु न मिटहि अनुग्रह मोरे। बंदी चरण मनु कहु बहोरी, अवर एक विनती प्रभु मोरी। सुत विषायक तब पद रति होहु, मोहि बर मूर कही किन कोहु। मनि बिनु फीन जिमि जल बिनु मीना, मम जीवन तिमि तुम्हि अधीना। असबरु मांगी चरण गहि रहु, एवमस्तु करुणा निधि कहु। अब तुम मम अनुशासन मानी, बसहु जाय सुरपति रजिधानी। श्री राम जय राम, श्री राम जय राम। तहाँ करि भोग बिसान, तात गए कछु काल पुनि। हो इहु अवध हो आल, तब मैं होब तुम्हार सुत। सियावरि रामचंद्र की जय। जय श्री राम।
इच्छा में नरवेश सवारी, होई हऊ प्रकट निकेत तुम्हारी। अनसन सहित देह धरि ताता, करि हऊ चरित भगत सुखदाता। जे सुनि सादर नर बड़ भागी, भवतरि हहि ममता मद त्यागी। आदि शक्ति जेहि जग उपजाया, सो अवतरि मोरि यह माया। पुरोब में अभिलाष तुम्हारा, सत्य सत्यपन सत्य हमारा। पुनि पुनि अस कही कृपा निधाना, अंतर्धान भये भगवाना। दंपति उर धरि भगत कृपाला, तेहि आश्रम निवसे कछु काला। समय पाई तनु तजि अनयासा, जाई कीन्ह अमरावती बासा। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। यह इतिहास पुनीत अति, उमहि कही वृष केतु। भरद्वाज सुनु अपर पुनि, राम जन्म कर हेतु। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। Jai Shri Ram. I want to thank all of you for joining the satsang, the Maas Paraayan, the fifth day. As usual, it's been going so well and been enjoying the recitation. So thank you all of you for joining the satsang and being part of the satsang. And I pray to Shri Ramji and Sita Mata that they bless us and that we continue to sing their glories. Uh, Today, I will request Chiman Bhai to please give the overview or the talk for today's reading. And after Chiman Bhai, Markisoon, if possible, and if you are feeling better, can you please do a bhajan or a stotra? And after you, um, Auntie Sushila, please do the conclusions. Thank you. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. I will start with the day we first started reciting. Quick, quick, brief recap of everything. We started reading the Ramcharitamanas on Sunday. It was the first day. Tulsidasji begins with invocation, that's the Mangalacharan, and then salutations to the gurus, the Brahmins, saints, even the evil minded people. He, he salutes them, pays homage to them. Then he even salutes the bards, Valmiki, salutations to Brahma, Shiv, Parvati, also to the glory of the name of Ram. He pays respect to that also. Then we read about the date he started writing the Ramcharitamanas. Also, the dialogue between the sages, Yajnavalkya and Bharadwaj. That was one of them. Shiv Parvati was the other. Kakbushundi and Garuji was the third. Tulsidas wrote the Ramcharitamanas for us. That was the fourth one. Uh, Here, Yajnavalkya told Bharadwaj about Sri Ram and also described the greatness of Prayag where the rivers meet. Then we read about Sati who was surprised that Lord Shiva is paying respect to Ram, worshipping Lord Ram, and she tried to uh, 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 oh yeah, he then Shri Ram's glory. Why is Lord Shiva praying or paying respect to Sri Ram's glory? And Sati got angry about it. Also, she was uh, uh, Lord Shiva got angry about that, about because she had uh, disguised herself as Sita, and because Sri Ram was walking in the forest, she disguised herself as Sita, and Sri Ram saw her, and now Ram asked her that, "How are you, Parvati?" He already recognized through her that she was, although she disguised herself as Sita, he recognized who she was. Then Shiva was angry, but then Sati's father, who was Daksh Prajapati, he had a sacrifice. So Sati went there to visit. And there they didn't respect her, give her the respect. Even Shiva, they did not get an invite also. And they, Sati got angry and she walked into the fire, sacrificed herself, entered into the fire of yoga at her father's house. Lord Shiva was angry about it. He created another soldier of his, Veerbhadra, and this Veerbhadra went and destroyed the sacrifice at Daksha's palace. Then the descent of goddess Parvati, the next Yug, Parvati was born, and she was doing penance because Narad Muni saw her, read her hand, and saw that she was the ideal person for Lord Shiva. And the other side, they wanted Lord Shiva to get married to Parvati, and they brought the gods called Kamdev, as Shamla said yesterday, called Kamdev to try and change Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva was in a trance, and make him agree to the marriage. But when Lord Shiva saw what Kamdev was doing, he opened his third eye and destroyed Kamdev. Then Shiva's marriage, Shamla also described that, where the ghosts and Gandhas and people all got one leg walking there, like skeletons. All that was Shiva's wedding party. And Parvati's father and mother and all the people of that kingdom were very scared when they saw this wedding party. Then Shiva got married, and then there was a dialogue between Lord Shiva and Parvati. That's where we will start today. Lord Shiva is telling Parvati that here now the blessed story of the holy Ramcharitamanas, which was narrated by Sage Bushundi, and also it was narrated by Sage Bushundi, Kak Bushundi, who was a crow, and was heard by Garud, who was an eagle. And Shiva tells her, I'll tell you how this dialogue took place. But first, let me tell you the story of his descent, of Sri Ram's descent. And he tells Girija, it tells to Girija that whenever virtue declines, virtue declines, there is problem in the earth, the demons are causing problems in the earth. And whenever Brahmins, cows, gods, and earth are in trouble, the Lord assumes various forms, takes avatar, and relieves the distress, helps all his devotees. Killing the demons, the Lord, he reinstates the gods, preserves the bounds of propriety fixed by the Vedas, which is his own breath. The Lord is air, his sky, his water, his everything. And then his glory throughout the world is spread. This is the motive of Sri Ram's descent. And it is for the sake of his devotees that the Lord bodies himself forward. The motive for Sri Ram's birth are many. He has taken a lot of avatars in all the different yugas, in all the different cultures too. Right? The one instance is whereby he came down. Lord Shiva is telling Parvati that Sri Hari, that Lord Vishnu, had gatekeepers. These, like bodyguards, we call them. They are gatekeepers. They allow people in and out. And the four sages, Brahmins, Sanaka and his other three brothers went to visit Lord Vishnu, but the gatekeepers did not allow them in. So they pronounced a curse on Jay and Vijay, who were the gatekeepers. Pronounced the curse on them that they will be demons, right? And they will be demons for 3 births. So one of them was known as Hiranyakashipu, and the other was Hiranyaksha. These two demons took over the earth, the universe. They even took over Indralok, who was Indra, the chief of the gods, and they became heroes. The Lord assumed the form of a boar, wild boar, to kill one brother who was Hiranyaksha. We see that in the Das Avatar Arti, you get the fish form, the tortoise form, the boar form, the man lion nursing form, Vaman form, with Bali. So this is all the forms of the Lord. And he's taken many forms. These are just a few. The other Hiranyakashipu was killed by man lion or nursing avatar. Lord took nursing avatar and killed Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu had a boon where he could not be killed during the day or the night, inside or outside the house. And there were another couple things there. And Hiranyakashipu was actually Prahlad's father, and Prahlad was a devotee of Lord Narayan. These two brothers, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, were then born as Rakshas, Ravan and Kumbhakar. Also, the next katha was where Lord Shiva was fighting with Jalandhar, and Jalandhar was very strong because he had a very virtuous wife. And because of all those boons that she got, he could not be destroyed. So what Lord did was he broke her vow of chastity, right, and destroyed Jalandhar. When this queen, Jalandhar's wife, found this out, she cursed him, right? And this was one of the reasons he was also born as a Rakshas. It was this Jalandhar who was reborn as Ravan. It's all in a different yugs, all in a different yugs. Then on one occasion, Narad also cursed the Lord. Narad was the Brahma's son, and he used to go around preaching Narayan, 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 and he couldn't stay in one place for a long time, right? And he went and he saw this beautiful cave, and he went, the Ganga flowing there, and there's a hermitage there, and Narad got attracted to it. But Narad was cursed by Daksh, which didn't allow him to stay at one place, as I just said. Right? But he fell into a trance, he forgot about this curse, and he decided to stay there. Now, Indra saw this happening, and Indra thought that Narad is here to take over his kingdom. Then Indra called Kamdev, that's the god of love. That was in one yug, right? Because I know Kamdev was destroyed by Shiva, but this is another yug now. And he called this god of love to try and make, Narad Muni go away from there. But Narad was not going away. Narad stayed and stayed. And eventually Kamdev relinquished everything, and he went to Indra and told him that, listen, I cannot win here. Right? Then now Narad, because they apologized to Narad, Narad got got ahankar, got egoistic. That, oh, I actually put Indra in his place. So now he started boasting about it. He boasted to Shiva, to Brahma. Lord Shiva even told him, you're boasting here, it's fine. Don't go and tell Lord Vishnu this. But Narad insisted. He went there and he told Vishnu also. So now Vishnu says that, I need to put Narad in his place changed his attitude now, because now Narad is he's forgotten about the curse that Lord Daksha had given him. So Narad started wondering about the Lord Vishnu created Maya. This Maya, he created a beautiful city, had a king there. King had a daughter, right? The daughter's name was Vishwamohini. That Vishwamohini was created by Sri Hari or Lord Vishnu. And Narad got enamored with this girl's beauty. So now he decided he wants her. They made a swayamvar where the bride will pick her future husband, and Narad was in line there, in the line amongst all the others. And the princess walked past and decided who she is going to marry. And Lord Vishnu was there also in disguise. Lord Shiva's two attendants were there looking at this. And what Lord Vishnu had done was he made Narad's face like a monkey. The princess, when she looks at everybody, she sees a face. But when she looks at Narad Muni, she sees a monkey face. So she walked right past him. Eventually, the Narad came to know what happened, because the Lord had told him, listen, I will do what is good for you. My words are true. I will do what is good for you. So do not, tell me. And then Narad's two, Lord Shiva's two attendants, Shivgans, they knew this whole secret, and they disguised themselves as Brahmins to see this fun where the princess walks past Narad. Narad then eventually got angry when the princess refused to accept him, and he found out that he went and saw in the river, he looked at his face looks like a monkey. And he went to Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu told him that your job is to preach to everybody, not to settle down and get married. You are a brahmachari. So Narad cursed the Lord. And the curse he said was, you shall have monkeys for your helpers. And also you, he's telling Lord Vishnu that you will suffer the pangs of separation from your wife. Now, this is what is going to happen soon. Then the sage departed, and then it was for this reason that Lord Hari assumed a human form, and to help all his devotees, and also to delight the virtues and to ease the earth of its burden. Now, the next avatar that the Lord have taken was the, uh, the, the sages. Yeah, there's it here. Lord Shiva is telling Bhavani that these these episodes were narrated to me, right? Uh, to show that even sages, they get deluded with the Lord's Maya. That Narad, because of that ahankara, that ego, he got deluded. He wanted to settle down, which he was not allowed to do because he was a Brahman and he was a brahmachari, right? And this is all the Lord's Maya. The sages also get deluded. And then he says that I shall relate to you another reason why the, the Lord, and he describes the Lord here as unbegotten, unqualified, and formless Brahma became the king of Ayodhya. So she's hearing Shankara's words, Bharadwaj is listening to Yajnavalkya, right? And then we come to the point where he tells him that Swayambhu Manu. Swayambhu Manu was self-born Brahma. The footnote in the Ramayana states that the Puranas, according to the Puranas, the creator divided himself into two halves. One was male, one was female. The male was known as Manu, and the female was known as Satarupa. That was Manu's wife. And these Manus were the kings of the universe. of their region, and each Manu ruled for 71 and a half Chatur Yugas. I don't want to explain that, it's too long. Manu then, Manu and Shatarupa de- decided that I am old now. Right? He had children. The children's name Uttapada, and he had a daughter. The daughter was married to the sage Kardama, and she had given birth to Kapila. Kapila is one of the well-known sages also. And this Manu had decided that now he's in his fourth stage, the fourth ashram. So he had too much of sensual pleasures and all. He decided that I must now leave my home and go to the forest and do penance or do tap. So then Manu resigned the throne to his son and he departed to the forest, and he went to Nemi Sharanya. This is the place where a lot of sages gather. I think the Bhagavad was also set in Nemi Sharanya. Right? And this has a nice, the river Gomti is alongside this city, Nemi Sharanya. King Manu went there to that place, and all the sages became friendly with all the sages. So they took him in and they showed him all the holy spots where you can pray. There were a lot of holy areas, caves, right? And then with emaciated bodies, right, and clad in hermit clothes, right? That's Manu and Satarupa. Now they're wearing the orange cloth, and they listen to Puranas where all the saints here in, naming where the saints gathered in, naming Sharanya. Also, when they did jap, the mantra they used was Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And their mind was devoted to the feet of the Lord. They did so much jap. They lived on vegetables, fruits. Then they only lived on water. Just thousands of years. Then they lived on air. Then they didn't even breathe. They held their breath. And then the Lord Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, all approached them and said, "You have done so much of tap, jap, ask for a boon." But the king did not ask for anything. He knew what he wanted. After another couple of thousands of years, the Lord himself, Lord Narayan, from heaven spoke to them and said, "Ask for a boon." Now this voice entered their ears, and they were because they're living on air now, and some of them not even breathing. So they heard this voice and they found it very attractive and delightful, and the hair on the body bristled, and a thrill ran through their limbs. Then, falling prostrate to the ground, Manu said, "Lord, you fulfill everybody's wish. You are a cow of plenty." Says, "The form which dwells in Shiva's heart." Who dwells in Shiva's heart? Sri Ram. The form that dwells in Shiva's heart is sought by sages, and he sports like a swan in Bushundi's mind, Kak Bushundi, right? Be gracious, and we want to see that form. So the Lord appears to them in that form. I will quickly read through that form. His Lord's countenance was very resembled full autumnal moon, which was the perfection of beauty. His cheeks, chin, neck resembled conch shell in a spiral shape. Lips, teeth, all were charming. His smile put to shame the rays of the moon. His eyes possessed exquisite beauty. He had a mark on his forehead. He had fish-shaped earrings. His locks, his hair was curly, looked like a swarm of bees. His breast was marked by a curl of hair. It was decked with ornaments. full. His long arms, he had a beautiful trunk, was like an elephant's trunk. And then a quiver was tied to his waist, and his hands, left hand, had an arrow, bow, and an arrow there. His yellow robes, he wore yellow clothes, put to shame streaks of lightning, and his belly had three creases, and his navel, say, robbed, as it were, the eddies on the Yamuna of their beauty. Also, he, on his left side, shone his Shakti, energy, who was Sita, fully devoted to Sri Ram, and who is a source of storehouse of beauty. And she also was part of the fragment of whose being emanate Lakshmi, Umas, and Saraswatis. She was part of them. They also they overcome with joy. Manu and Shatarupa lost consciousness and fell to the ground, holding the Lord's feet. The Lord touched them, picked them up, and say, "Ask for whatever boon you want. I am highly pleased with you. Ask whatever boon you want." So they asked, they say, "King, ask of me unreservedly." The Lord is telling Manu, "There is nothing which I would not give you." So Manu says, "Crest jewel of donors, O Lord, I tell you my wish. I want to have a son like you. I have nothing to hide from you. I want to have a son like you." So the Lord says, "So be it. But where can I find someone who is my equal, who is like me? There is no other one than me." They say, Lord is one without a second. So eventually he says, "Okay, I will come to you as your son. I personally will come. There is nobody else that will come." So he says, "Okay, what you all do now is enjoy yourself wherever you are in the capital of Indra, right? And after some time, you, Manu, will be born as the king of Ayodhya. There, I will take birth as your son." And he says, "I will manifest in your house, not born, I will manifest in your house and with my rays, and I will perform sportive acts, which will be a sort of delight to my devotees. As a child, he did all, he lived everything that a human child does, the Lord will do all that." Also, he says that this Maya, which is no other than his energy, brought forth the universe. She too will manifest. "I will accomplish your desire," telling Manu, "and this pledge of mine will never fail." Repeating this again and again, the Lord went vanished from there. This couple, cherishing their mind, they cherished the image of the Lord, and the wedded couple stayed in that hermitage, that's Manu and Shatarupa, for some time. After dropping their body, they went to Amaravati. Amaravati is the city of immortals. This sacred legend was related by Shiva to Uma. Yajnavalkya is telling Bharadwaj, Rishi Bharadwaj, now here another cause of Sri Rama's birth. That will be for the next reading. Jai Shri Ram. And Dharambai, if I missed out anything or if I did anything wrong, please correct me. Thank you. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai
Jai
Shri Ram.